are today. Kind of a cloudy day outside, not too bad, but we've got 2 units that we're doing today. We're gonna be doing some deep cleans. Some people just moved out and it is pretty rough in here. So it's a small unit, it's not a big unit, which is kind of our saving grace. These units are only about 900 square foot, but you can see we've got our work cut out for us. So we've got all these, all that dirt and crap in there, junk in there, on top of the drawers here, microwave, sink's got water, rust marks, junk in there. So we've got our work cut out for us today, plus these blinds. You see these blinds, really rough shape, really rough shape. What is saving the customer on the cost on this is the fact that it's such a small space. It's not very big, it's pretty small, pretty petite. Refrigerator's gonna have to get cleaned out, so it's it isn't too horrible, but this is just kind of what we've got today. We're gonna be running the machine in here. All that staining on the silicone caulk line throughout the entirety of the house. That's gonna be kind of fun. So we got some old toilet paper. I guess we can use that for put some paint on the floor right here. That's gonna have to get scraped up. And yeah. We just got some soap lines, scum, stuff like that. This is gonna have to get scrubbed with a drill. So this is before. Trash on the floor all over the place. In here, all that. So I like to leave the doors open so that we don't forget, we don't miss those spots. All the dirt there. Just kind of up throughout the entirety of the window. Up in the corners a little bit. This is what we've got cut out for us today. That. So silicone is kind of 50-50. Will it clean or will it not clean? That's always kind of the question that we have to find out. Sometimes we can get the silicone to clean up pretty good. That's just damage on the boards. Sometimes we can get the silicone to clean up pretty good, sometimes we can't. One thing we have to be careful with the machine though is that we can't put too much water on the floors whenever we're cleaning the floors here. So we're not going to be able to be as aggressive as far as putting a little bit of water on the floor and cleaning the floor, because this is this laminate flooring is not a not your plywood construction laminate. Looks more like almost like an MDF board. So we have to use very little moisture when we are scrubbing these floors. We'll still be able to scrub the floors. You can see the baseboards all the way around are in really rough shape. He said that the place did just get repainted, so it's not as bad, but I would say this is kind of like a deep clean / construction clean, you know? So that's what we're looking at. All that junk. So, okay, well, Mike, you ready? Let's get started. All right, guys, I'll give you an update once we start, as we get to it. These baseboards here are probably MDF, so we can't have any water soaking into that. And then we have this crack in the floor that I noticed. Where's the crack on the floor? Mike, do you see the crack in the floor? There's a crack in the floor somewhere. It was somewhere in here. Oh, somewhere there's a crack in the floor. Let's look at that. It's looking rough. Up here at the top of the cabinets, where not a lot of people go. You just see all the junk up on top of the cabinets. So Okay, well, I gotta say that looks much better. Of course, I still have to go to the other sides. We got that right there, and that right there. So, I forgot to show you all this, but we found the dirt. Look at that microwave. I'm already halfway through finishing it. I wish I would have recorded it a bit, but we are finding it. There's our two cabinets now. I remember what they looked like before. I still have this corner cabinet to do, but still have that corner cabinet to do, but we're slowly getting through the kitchen area now.
be true. And when you dance, I'm in the group. You make me move. You make me move.
Hey guys, so here's where we are with the kitchen. We've been in it for 2.5, almost 3 hours. And this has just been a really, really dirty one, but it was also coming out pretty good. You know, it's looking a lot better. That won't come out. That's some staining on the wall. I thought it was cobwebs, but it won't come. But yep, it's just been really dirty. I've yet to do the sink, and just wanted to give you guys kind of an idea of what you can expect, how long stuff will take, you know. And we've been at it for 3 hours, and you can see that every single one, just to give you an idea of what this is looking like, every single one of these cabinets have crap all over them, on the baseboards, in the corners, on the floor. So this is one interior that we just did. You can see that's looking much better. These inside drawers are looking much better. We haven't done the oven yet. That's still yet to be done. And this is just gotten a quick wipe down, but it's always a question whenever you're getting a cleaning, poof, you know, how clean do you want to make it? You know, because we can sit here to get a real good deep clean, but that deep clean is gonna cost a ton of money. And the reason is because people don't realize how long it takes to get something knocked out until you start working on it. So, you know, you've got all of these little nooks, all of these little crannies just have to get wiped. And as you can see, a simple wipe down is not going to cut it, right? So that's your simple little wipe down, but you still have grease that's built up on there. So then you have to go again, get your brush. Where did my brush go? Slip off the floor. Get your sponge. Now let's come up. A little bit more. So, and that is almost one. So we still have the top of here. See all that? We still have this detail here. All the stuff on the front of here. These little details. So, you know, a lot of people are like, why does it take so long? Why does it cost so much? You know, it's like, well, because whenever we tell people, you know, it's gonna take, you know, this is a small unit. It's about 1,000 square feet. You say, why would it take you 8 hours to clean 1,000 square feet? Well, we're 2 cleaners. We've been here for 3 hours now. So we're at 6 hours of cleaning time total. And we haven't even started on the floors and the boards. So you can see the boards all the way throughout the round of the house. They have a yellow bottom on the silicone. All that's gonna have to get scrubbed. So, you know, if we turn in a product like this and after a couple of hours, no one is gonna be happy. And so that's why we have to just get in and touch every little bit. We just have to get in and touch every little bit. And is it a lot? Yes, it is a lot. But that's also just kind of the quality of cleaning. We're not skipping things. We're not charging a ton of extra money out of nowhere. You know, it's just How long does it take to run your finger over every single surface in your entire house 2 to 3 times, right? Because to scrub something off, that's roughly what it takes, is 2 to 3 times of scrubbing every surface. So, and of course, there's a little promotion that we're running for just this month. We are, just a promotion that we're running this month. We are using our auto scrubber on the floor. It's hard to do all this with one hand, but we're using our auto scrubber on the floor for free, just for people who are getting deep cleans. So, okay, I'll have to get back to that in a bit. So just for people who are getting deep cleans, we're going in with our auto scrubber, which is that machine right there. And that's gonna really scrub the floor really, really well. And as you can see, these jobs consume a ton of product, a ton of chemical. And so, you know, on a light cleaning, we're probably using 1/10 of the amount of chemical on a house. But with these deep cleans, especially these move out cleans, people always wonder, why does it cost so much? Well, you know, I've been here. This kitchen was really, really bad. Now, if you're just looking at it, you don't think, oh, the kitchen's not that bad. But once you start realizing that your hand has to go over every surface in that kitchen 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 times just to get that stuff off, you figure, how long does it take to run your finger over every nook and cranny and crevice in the house 6 times? See that dirt? So this is, and you can see all this floor. This floor honestly was not that bad when we first started, but this is just stuff that we're knocking down onto the floor from the top of the cabinets, from inside the cabinets. So it is quite a bit. So anyways, gotta get down in there too. I'll set you guys up over here and just kind of let y'all watch the whole situation once I plug my phone in. Okay. Just do kind of like a time lapse.
You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make me move. You got it all. be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make me move.
Okay guys, so this is where we stand with this thing. Just do some buffing and stuff like that. Make sure the finish is all as it should be. You have to be always careful with these little letters because they like to come off. These were already damaged because I know how to clean those things. I grew up cleaning those things, so I know how not to damage them. But as you can see, they were already, well, I guess you wouldn't be seeing now, maybe the before video or before whenever we were walking through, but all of those letters were already missing. So this is where we're at. Just did the baseboards throughout the entire house. This is, we started at 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So what's that, 5 hours? 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe about 4.5 hours in on just this one unit. This is a small unit. This is not a big unit. This is a very small unit. Maybe 1,000 square feet. I mean, it's not that big, but it was dirty. Thing is, it didn't look dirty until you start scrubbing stuff. You know, that's how a lot of these units tend to be. You know, this door, you know, still has a lot of marks on it and scuffs on it and stuff like that. This door's been wiped down 6 times, you know, so how long are you gonna wipe down the door until you say, okay, it's time to repaint the door? You know, so that's always kind of the game you're playing, is how much can we clean before we have to say it's time to repaint, you know, or re-clean. So, but let's just run around. Where's my little bottle of soap here? I love that stuff. So this is where we're at. We're about to start scrubbing the floors. Michael's doing the showers and stuff in this place. Baseboards and everything are looking much better. Are they perfect? No. You know, but it's better than repainting the entirety of the house. So you can see here, it's like, oh, it looks kind of dirty, but it's not dirty. This is kind of the example of what I'm talking about, where, you know, you sit here and you scrub 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 and nothing comes up. So at some point, at certain points, this stuff just has to get repainted, but these windows are coming out looking so much better. Michael has done an amazing job on these things. And on the blinds, I mean, these plastic blinds are the bane of my existence just because of how much energy they take to clean. They definitely soak up so much time, and yeah, it's just one of those things. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. What I wanted to show you guys is in here. So this is kind of the thing that separates good quality cleaning from your kind of passive quality. This, you know, I wish I would have gotten a video of this before this, but there's all sorts of gunk all up in here, fabric softener all up inside of the dish, hair, and just, oh, here we go. Kind of places where I missed. So it was like this right here throughout the entirety of this washing machine. And on the inside, I haven't touched the dryer. You can see all the stuff that's on the dryer here, right here in the filter. And so of course, if you have a brand new tenant, the first thing the tenant is gonna ask is, did you guys even clean this place, right? And so you're gonna get a lot of tenant complaints right off of the bat if you're not paying attention to the small details. But the small details take absolutely forever to to just nail. And the thing is, this tenant is moving in 1 day, 2 days. So we don't have a choice on coming back, right? This has to get done right the first time. Not second time, third time, second trip out, third trip out. Oh, sorry, we missed a spot. We'll come right back out. That can't happen because the tenant's moving in basically tomorrow. So, none of that can happen. The tenant needs to have a nice place to stay so that he's not going to complain and think, oh, they didn't clean any of this stuff. But I just wanted to make this video so that you guys can kind of see what goes into a deep clean. It's not often that we get into these into these houses, into these empty houses. I don't like to record when we're cleaning inside of our clients' houses. Our clients' houses, you know, private domicile. I really don't like, you know, posting a still photo is one thing, but yeah. So the other thing that you have to ask yourself is the difference between economy and perfectionism, right? So can we spend the entire day cleaning this place? We sure can. Goodbye. Y'all may not believe it, but that does get sucked down into the blower and pushed out of the house. Or not. That dryer's not working. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Yeah, well, that happens. So we're gonna have to get back there. Plus, you know, that kind of stuff happens where it's like you, all right, this is just gonna have to go onto the floor and I'm gonna have to re-vacuum. This is a great example of, you know, whenever you're cleaning out these things, a lot of people say, you know, it's not that dirty. Well, it depends on what you want the finished product to look like. If you're okay with a finished product looking, you know, okay-ish, then all right. You know, we could knock this entire place out in 3 hours and your finished product would look okay-ish. But if you're like this client and you're kind of wanting to get a premium for this apartment, he needs this place to kind of be spotless. So if you're wondering how much do we charge, it's $45 an hour per cleaner. So it's per cleaner per hour. And typically we go in and give the best estimate that we can as to how much something is going to cost to clean. And then from there, if we can hit the estimate, great, everything's great. If it's looking like it's something that's going to be dramatically more expensive, which is whenever, you know, we walked into this place, they told us, oh yeah, it's going to be, it doesn't need that much cleaning. And we get into the place and it's like, oh yeah, buddy, it needs a lot of cleaning. Then we have a conversation, ideally beforehand, and say, hey, look, this is the reality of the situation. I always walk them through the house and point out all the dirt and tell them, you know, all this stuff, none of this stuff's going to come off easy. It's going to have to get wiped 3, 4, 5 times. And give me a second here. Let me just put y'all right there. Well, you can look at me while I do this then. Hello. Yeah, so if it's something that's going to have to get wiped 3, 4, 5, 6 times, that can add a lot of time to the cleaning. So that's kind of the question is, how deep do you want to go with your cleaning? We have some people who, you know, and the other thing is you want to make sure that you communicate with your cleaner the level of clean that you're looking for. Because, you know, we clean houses all day long, every day. And if we spend, you know, 45 minutes cleaning a faucet, getting a faucet to look absolutely beautiful, and we're way over budget because we spent 45 minutes cleaning a faucet, you make a lot of people mad. So you want to make sure that you're very clear with your cleaner. Hey, this is our budget. This is how much we have to spend. This is how much we're looking to, this is kind of the results that we're looking for within this budget. And then of course it's the cleaner's job to let you know if that's realistic or not. And your cleaner should be giving you a quoted price up front. Now, our company, you know, we're insured, bonded, the whole 9 yards. So we have a lot more business costs than other cleaners. So, and labor nowadays isn't cheap. You know, what we're paying cleaners now is between 16 to 19 an hour. And then lead cleaners can make around 20 to 25 an hour. And so the thing there is people say, you pay your cleaners that much? Because they just don't see it as a skilled trade. And there is skill involved. You know, you put the wrong chemical on the wrong surface, suddenly you've got a nice hefty bit of damage going on, you know. So it's not something that people tend not to understand how deep this stuff can get, and how complicated, how expensive, and all that. So, and that's just kind of where we are at in business in general. Is that, you know, there it is. Look at all that. There's stuff in there. Is that, you know, trying to pay somebody $12 an hour in today's age is just kind of out the window. Those days are long gone, because cost of living in general in almost every city is such that that $12 an hour won't even pay your rent. So, and most of these people, they have families, they have bills, they have people they need to provide for, whole 9 yards, just like a lot of us. So, but the thing here is that this is a rental, and so as much as we would love to do a really hard deep clean on this property, we also have to consider economy, right? If I spend here wiping this door down for an hour and a half, customer's not going to be happy that they have a really, really, really clean door in a dirty house for, you know, $100, $200 or whatever. So this job like this, you figure 45 an hour per cleaner. We've been here for 4 hours, which means 8 total working hours. 8 times 45. Oh, I guess I'm using my phone to record. I'll let you guys figure that one out. So yeah, so we're gonna have to finish vacuuming that up. So this is just the kind of stuff that we have to look for, you know. Make sure the tops of these thermostats are clean, tops of the light switches are clean. That's something that's really easily forgotten. And that all the doors and everything is just sightly. Everything looks good. Something you would be okay to take your shoes off, take your socks off, be willing to kick back and relax. But here's an example, you know. That's paint that's on the baseboards. So sure, I could spend a long time cleaning that off, but then the customer would be pretty upset that I burned an hour and a half of work getting tiny paint off. So, but for their personal house, they may want that, right? How's it going, Mike? You doing? So this is where we're at. Right now, we're finally down to the floors. We've got this unit looking, except for this bathroom. Oh, well, you know, paint on the floor's got to come up. Baseboards right there got to get wiped. Okay. How's the top of this doing? That needs to get cleaned. Vent fan needs to get dusted. Dust up there on the vent. So, shower head, that needs to get a little bit of acid. That needs to get some acid. Eat away at the hard water buildup. Okay. That needs to get cleaned, disinfected. That's looking fine. All that, look at all that. All that's got to get cleaned. So that's where we're at. We're just kind of doing the little touch-ups within reason at this point. We're just trying to make sure that everything is looking decent for their renter, because they're coming in pretty soon here. Okay, well, we'll get back at it. We're finally at the part of the show where we get to load the machine up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is take this to the sink, fill it up with water, top tank here, and we're gonna show you what chemical you should be using. That gonna work? Maybe. I'll let that fill up. You should be using this. not exactly this, something similar. This, when you're cleaning your floors, is a no rinse neutral cleaner. You don't need it to be no rinse, but you do need a neutral cleaner. And the reason for this is because the other cleaners, see this floor is really delicate. I mean, it's an MDF floor. You can see with this crack in the board, it's just not as strong. It's not as strong, of course that was there when we started, just letting y'all know. But the floor is not a really strong floor. They can take a lot of liquid, so you have to keep that in mind. When you have cracks in the floor like this is where using a lot of liquid can kind of soak in. So whenever we're washing these floors, we are using a very small amount of liquid, just enough to put down a little to agitate the floor, okay? So this is the machine itself. That is the Tornado. Need a little bit more in there. Well, let's go ahead and just do that for now. So this stuff is very concentrated. It doesn't need that much. We're just going in with, yeah, a little more. Just a little bit, because this is really concentrated. So, and I always tend to add too much of this cleaner. But the good thing about this cleaner is you can't add too much because it's a no rinse formula, so it's not something you really have to worry about big time. Not like some of the cleaners. Okay, good to go.
You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make me move. You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make me move. You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make me move. You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make
Guys, we're gonna break for lunch. We're starving, we're tired. This has been a really difficult house to clean. So we're just gonna take a quick break for lunch, which lunch is, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Should get this water up off the floor. And then once we finish washing the floors, we have to finish mop it. So the finish mopping is just water at this point because the floor is already washed, right? So once we finish with that, we will be done. And then we'll have to come back for the second unit tomorrow. But the second unit is nowhere near as bad as this unit was. I mean, this unit was just horrible. Just horrible. Really, really rough unit. So, okay guys, see you in a bit. We're gonna go for lunch. And just like that, we're out of water. Let's go see what we've got in store. He's working on this. I hope he hasn't cleaned the shower yet. So I'm about to make it dirty. Oh, make sure that's open. Okay. All right, let's see what we got in here. Jeez. It's pretty rough. All right. Fill it back up with water and go again. All right, guys, we're almost done in here. But if you are using one of these machines, this is an automated floor scrubber. What we like to do is we like to go with the grain of the wood, and the reason is so that the brushes can get down in the grooves of the wood. If you go across the grooves, what will happen is that the brushes won't be able to go down into the grooves as much. So even though this is a laminate floor, it has those grooves inside the laminate, and those like to hold on to dirt. So the brushes, we set our brushes at a medium depth. So we're scrubbing not too aggressively on these floors, and also not putting too much chemical down, but we do want to make sure that we're going down into the floor, scrubbing down into the floor, getting down into the grooves. So that's just something you want to keep in mind. But other than that, we just have this little bit corner to go, and then we'll be done. So. And if you guys are wondering how I'm working this, there's two triggers here. One for the vacuum, one for the brush. If we lift up our squeegee here, the vacuum turns on and it's just the brushes alone that are brushing the floor. So this white is for the brushes, the black here is for the chemical. And then when you have your squeegee down, it turns on the vacuum. So because these floors are laminate MDF, they're really, really delicate. We can't have liquid sitting down on the floors for a long time. So normally we'll add a little bit of chemical and scrub the floor for a bit and then suck it up. But because these are MDF laminate, we're just putting the chemical down, brushing it, and immediately sucking it right back up. That way we can keep the floors as dry as we can. And as you can see, we just did that area. The floors are already dry. So this is not something that's dangerous to have on your wood floors or something like that. You just have to make sure that you know how to do it. That way you're not, on floors that can take a little bit of chemical and sit for a little bit, or it can stay wet for a little bit. Those floors are a lot easier to deep clean because you can leave your chemical on there for a while. But for floors like this where you can't have the chemical on the floor for a while or else it'll start to swell up, you just put the chemical down and immediately suck it right back up after it's brushed. So the way you do that, squeegee down, and you just hold both of these pedals at the same time. It puts down the chemical. And then let go of the chemical, and then just go right back over the area we just did. So right here, chemical, we're adding chemical. Now we're releasing the chemical, and now we're drying the floor. So you can see that floor stays wet for just moments. No different from you spilling a little bit of water on the floor and immediately wiping it right back up. And sorry for the echo chamber in here. Of course, whenever we're doing these move out cleans, there's no furniture anywhere, so the sound just bounces around. But and that's it. And the other thing too is that these baseboards are also a bit delicate. The baseboards themselves aren't that delicate. These are wood baseboards, at least from a couple of the breaks in the baseboards that I saw. But the silicone sealing, where they're sealing the silicone to the baseboards, is not really holding up that well. So we can get chemicals seeping into the sides of the baseboard. So, okay. Well, that's it. Come on, get back up on there. Oh, it's always kind of a... There it goes. Get this thing up in transport mode where we can just kind of roll it around. Okay. Lock that. Unplug that. But as you can see, guys, this floor, it'll focus, there it goes. This floor is already dry. And it is dry to the touch, right? Nothing on these floors. You can run your fingers on them, no dirt. So these things are very, very clean now and throughout the rest of the house. So we're just gonna finish mop now because this machine doesn't leave a very, very nice finish on the floor. So anytime we do use this machine, we basically have to immediately mop and finish mop just so that that the appearance throughout the house is similar. But yep, this is it, guys. So at this point, we're basically done, except for maybe another 45 minutes of work, but I'm gonna leave you guys here. But you can already see the transformation in this home. I mean, the baseboards look so much better. They look so much better. The windowsills and all that, these look so much better. This door was super dirty. These baseboards were super bad. Those baseboards were super bad. And of course, guys, we're trying to stay economical with it, right? We're not trying to be perfectionists. Like some of the yellowing on the caulking lines, that's just, you know, that's not gonna come up. But, oops, there it is. But you can see that a lot of it has come up. And these cabinets just look so much better. So much better. Except that needs to shut because that's annoying. Microwave looks so much better. Inside, it's actually clean now. And then, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but our little horror story right here. All these inside of these cabinets look great. Very nice and clean, both stories of each cabinet. So the oven did not come out as well as we were wanting it to. There's a lot of baked on grease. And the owner just didn't want me to spend all of my time cleaning up. You know, that's the game that you're playing. You have to consider, like this refrigerator here, right here. This stainless steel did not polish up as well as I was wanting it to. And so we can take a really, really fine pad and actually kind of recondition this. We essentially just take like a 5,000 grit sandpaper, 3,000 grit sandpaper, and just very slowly sit here and take all of these marks away. Make it look great, but it takes about an hour and a half to do that. And of course, he doesn't want to spend an hour and a half of my time fixing this or cleaning that. So we're keeping it economical. But are you guys out of focus? That's, yeah. Whenever I'm walking around, it is getting a bit difficult. But yeah, guys, so much cleaner. It looks so much better in here. I'd be happy to move into this house now. Everything's much cleaner. The vents are cleaned, doors are cleaned, bathrooms are cleaned, fixtures are cleaned and all that, except we still have this to do. So once we do finish, There's the test right there to clean out the fabric softener dispenser. Once we do finish, then we'll have to finish mop this place. But looks a lot better, guys. You're tired. We want to eat. We are hungry. Our knees hurt. Our backs hurt. And yeah, that's it. See you guys, and hope you guys liked the video. And yeah, thank you, and have a great time. We'll see you in the next one, because inevitably we'll be doing another one. Actually, we're doing the one next door tomorrow. So this one was the worst of the two. I told the guy, or I told the client, you know, I like to do the hard things first, so that way the following day is just nice and relaxing. And yeah, guys, I mean, up there, all of that just looks so much better. So much better. So, okay guys, see you guys later.